Hello and namaste to everyone. So in my last video of trigonometry, we have discussed till question number 10 of exercise 8.1, chapter 8, class 10, NCERT CBSE textbook. Today I am going to start with question number 11 of exercise 8.1 at page 181. So let's start with question 11. Question 11 has 5 parts in it. So let's start with the first part. The question 11, which itself says, state whether the following are true or false and justify your answer. So the first statement is the value of tan A is always less than 1. So it is saying the value of tan A is always less than 1. So is it possible that the value of tan A is always going to be less than 1? See, tan A is equal to what? Side adjacent to side opposite to angle A upon side adjacent to angle A, right? Side opposite to angle A upon side adjacent to angle A. Now side opposite to angle A can take any value and side adjacent to angle A can take any value. If you will look in our previous question, then tan of P is equals to nothing but 12 by 5. So even this example clearly says that this statement is false, because tan P in this case is clearly greater than 1. See, 5 2s are 10, 2.0, 5 4s are 20. So tan P for question number 10 is equals to what? 2.4, which is clearly not following the statement that tan P is always less than 1. Tan P is in this case is what? Greater than 1. Therefore, this statement is false. It is possible that it may be greater than 1 or it may be less than 1. That all depends on the value of the sides of the triangle. Let's move on to second part. Sec A is equals to 12 by 5. For some value of A. Okay, what is sec A equals to? Hypotenuse upon can sec A equals to 12 by 5? Yes, sec A can be equals to 12 by 5. Why? Because hypotenuse of any triangle has to be always greater than the side of that triangle. Why? See, if this is x and this is y, then this is z. And x square plus y square is equals to z square. So even using Pythagoras theorem, we can see that z is clearly the under root of x square plus y square, which clearly says that z is going to be greater than x and z is going to be greater than y. So hypotenuse of any triangle is always going to be greater than the side of that triangle. As explained here, z is always going to be greater than x and z is always going to be greater than y. Therefore, hypotenuse of any triangle has to be greater than the side adjacent. That has to be greater than the side of that triangle. So, in this case, is 12 greater than 5? Yes, 12 is greater than 5. Therefore, value of sec A equal to 12 by 5 is possible. From this, we can clearly see that sec of A always has to be greater than 1. This is an interesting interesting observation which we can take out from this question, that value of sec A is always going to be equal to always going to be greater than 1. Why it is always going to be greater than 1? Because hypotenuse is always going to be greater than the side of that triangle. Therefore, sec A is always going to be greater than 1. I hope this question is clear to you. Let's move on to third part. So, question 11, third part. Cos A is the abbreviation used for cosecant of angle A. Cos A used for cosecant of angle A? Clearly no. Cos A is used for cosine of angle A. So, this statement is false. Let's move on to fourth part. Cot A is the product of cot and A. See, this is wrong, and this is the biggest blunder sometimes which children do in their exam. Cot A is not the product of cot and angle A. Cot A is simply cotangent of angle A, right? Cos A is simply cosine of angle A. Cot A is not the product of cot into angle A. This is wrong. So you always have to remember that cot A is nothing but cotangent of angle A. Cos A is cosine of angle A. Sine is sine of angle A. And cosec is cosecant of angle A. Sec is secant of angle A. And tan is tangent of angle A. These both are not in multiplication. So this statement is also false. Let's move on to fifth part of this question. Sin theta is equals to 4 by 3 for some angle theta. What is sin theta equals to? Side opposite to angle theta upon hypotenuse. As mentioned in previous question, I think in second part, let us see this is a triangle. This is x, this is y, and this is z. So using Pythagoras theorem, I can say z square is equals to x square plus y square, right? Z is equals to root of x square plus y square. That clearly gives me z is greater than x and z is greater than y. So, as side opposite to angle theta upon hypotenuse, this is what sin theta is equals to. So, can I say hypotenuse is always going to be greater than the side of that triangle? Right? Hypotenuse is always going to be greater than the side of triangle. Hypotenuse is always going to be greater than side of triangle. I can say this. Hypotenuse is always going to be greater than side of triangle. Right? That can be the side opposite to angle theta, side adjacent to angle theta. So can I say side opposite to angle theta will always be less than hypotenuse, right? And if side opposite to angle theta has to be always be less than hypotenuse, then is it possible that the upper side, that is side opposite to angle theta, is equals to 4 and hypotenuse is equals to 3? No. Clearly it is not following this rule where it is saying side opposite to angle theta is going to be less than hypotenuse. Because what? 4 is greater than 3, right? 4 is greater than 3. Therefore, this is not possible, and sin theta equals to 4 by 3 is not possible for any angle theta. Therefore, this statement is false. One of the interesting observation which we can find out from this question is that as side opposite to angle theta is always going to be less than hypotenuse. So can I say that this is always going to be less than this, and as this is always going to be less than this, that is hypotenuse, therefore sin theta should always be less than 1. Very important thing to remember, very interesting observation which can be used in questions a lot of times, that sin theta always has to be less than 1 because side opposite to angle theta will always be less than hypotenuse. Therefore, the value in the numerator will always be less than denominator, and if the value in numerator is always going to be less than denominator, then sin theta has to be less than 1. I hope this question is clear to you. If you have any doubts, please mention it in comment section. Enjoy learning. Thank you.